Elements of eternal value. Trust. According to the Bible, trust involves relying on God's character, promises, and sovereignty. It's about having faith in His goodness, love, and plan, even when circumstances seem uncertain or difficult. Biblical trust includes the following: faith in God's promises, trusting in God's promises and faithfulness, recognizing His ability to fulfill them. Psalm chapter 119 verse 66 and Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6. Reliance on God's sovereignty. Trusting in God's sovereignty and control over all circumstances, knowing He works all things for good. Psalm 37 verse 3 to 7 and Romans chapter 8 verse 28. Obedience and surrender. Trusting God involves obedience and surrender, submitting to His will and plan. John chapter 14 verse 15 and Romans chapter 12 verse 1 to 2. What is the eternal value of trust? The eternal value of trust lies in the following: divine relationship. Trust fosters a deep, intimate relationship with God, enabling believers to experience His presence and guidance. Psalm 25 verse 4 to 5 and John chapter 14 verse 21. Spiritual growth. Trust promotes spiritual growth and maturity as believers. So as believers, we learn to rely on God and His promises. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 18 and Romans chapter 5 verse 3 to 5. Eternal security. Trust in God's sovereignty and promises provides eternal security, knowing He is faithful to fulfill His plans and purposes. Psalm 138 verse 8 and Philippians chapter 1 verse 6. Reflection of faith. Trust demonstrates the authenticity and depth of one's faith, reflecting a commitment to God and His Word. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6 and James chapter 2 verse 14 to 26. What are the key principles? To cultivate trust, believers should do the following: study God's Word. Study God's Word to deepen understanding of His character, promises, and plan. Psalm 119 verse 105 and 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 16 to 17. Pray for wisdom. Pray for wisdom and guidance, seeking God's perspective and direction. James 1 verse 5 to 8. Reflect on God's faithfulness. Reflect on God's faithfulness and goodness, remembering His past works and promises. Psalm 77 verse 11 to 12 and Psalm 103 verse 2. Surrender to understand and trust God's sovereignty even in circumstances that are difficult or uncertain. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 to 6 and Romans chapter 8 verse 28. This is Her Honor, the Lady Prophetess, Professor Smanya Abigail Carroll, PhD at Visions of Glory International. Shalom.